What's up, everyone? It's James Hernandez. How's everybody doing? And welcome back to a brand new episode of Characters Face Off. This is Characters Face Off episode 27. And prepare for the laughs because for today's episode, we're putting a battle between two iconic comedy legends going battle. Today we have Madea Simmons, aka Madea from the Madea franchise, versus Big Momma, aka Malcolm Turner from the Big Momma's House franchise. Yeah, we're actually going to be doing this battle, and we're going to see which of these two comedy legends would win in this hilarious match. And prepare for the laughs, everyone, because we're going to start the analysis in 3, 2, 1, and now. So let's get started. So first, let's talk about Madea. So Madea, also known as Mabel Simmons, is the main protagonist of the Madea movie franchise. She is Brian's aunt and Joe's sister. She is known for her no-nonsense attitude, criminal past, and free love for her family, often appearing in Tyler Perry's movies as well as the stage plays as a comedy protective figure. She is a tough, gun-toting, and foul-mouthed woman who finds herself in illegal trouble, but always has a soft spot for those she cares about, like her nephew, Brian, who was also played by Tyler Perry, throughout the Madea franchise. But now it's time to talk about her powers and abilities. Now, Madea actually possesses her superhuman strength, as she is strong enough to lift a tree while she was driving at the same time, which was seen in the animated film called Medea's Tough Love. And she was also strong enough to send her brother Joe up to the ceiling just by stomping on the floor that is next between them, even in Tyler Perry's Medea's Tough Love. And she was also strong enough to lift the kids and the table during the local youth center. And she's even strong enough to tear the clothes along with her granddaughter Helen in the first Tyler Perry movie called Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Now, Madea also has her punching skills, as she is capable of punching the frat boys in the Halloween party in a Madea Halloween movie, and she can also use her punching skills to punch some other characters like Hattie and the frat boy who actually dressed as a clown, and she also uses that to punch her brother Joe whenever Joe actually does something really ridiculous or technically dumb. And she can also use her slapping attacks when she actually smacked the kids and adults alike, and she is capable of using those skills to fight the police before she actually got arrested, which was seen at the end of Meet the Browns, as well as in Tyler Perry, Madea Goes to Jail. Now, in terms of speed, Madea is actually pretty fast on foot, as she is fast enough to outrun the zombies in the creepy highway in Medea's Halloween. And she also has her own car, which is called the Golden 1970 Cadillac Cindyville, as that car is actually fast enough to drive away from the police during Medea's hilarious high-speed driving scenes in every single Madea film. And the high speeds of Medea's car can go up to 127 miles per hour. And that is really, really fast. Now, Madea is also highly intelligent, as she uses her wit to handle family drama and protect those she cares about, and she's also very quick-witted to sharp tongue and is actually capable of navigating dangerous situations. Now, Madea also has her own list of weapons, as she has known for carrying a Glock pistol, which she uses that she hides in her purse for protection and intimidation. And she also has her purse, which she can use it to attack her enemies. And she also uses it to fly in the sky like a helicopter, which was seen in Medea's Tough Love, which is very cartoon logic. And I don't know how that works, but it's quite impressive for Madea. And of course, she also uses it to throw at her enemies. And it comes right back her when she actually catches it, which is like Captain America in a way. Now, the other weapons that Madea also has is that she has the assault rifle, the chainsaw, which she uses it to cut the couch. She also has knives, a hammer, a lit cigarette, a belt, nunchucks, dodgeballs, the cage, gas nozzle, jackhammer, an axe, and she also has a jet lighter. And also she actually has a water bucket, which she uses it to splash water at Cindy in Medea's witness protection, which is very hilarious. And of course, Madea actually has high stamina, which allows her to stay active and drive and fight at the advanced age all at the same time. Now, Madea might be an old lady, but she is definitely active with her feats. She has fought multiple adults at once, has fought multiple cops, survived various crimes and numerous stints in prison, lifted the woman's car off the parking spot in Madea Goes to Jail when the woman actually saw her parking spot, even though Madea could have just go to another space, but according to her, that was her parking spot for comedy reasons. And she has saved the local youth center, defeated Betsy Holiday, protected the Needleman family, murdered the robbers just by sending them on fire at the beginning of Medea's destination wedding when they were trying to rob her car when she was trying to get gas for her car. And she usually beats up the kids who actually was disrespectful to her, and beats up the teenage boy in the school bus in the movie called Medea's Family Reunion. But however, though, Madea actually isn't perfect without her weaknesses, because Madea has a very quick temper. She often causes him to act rashly and leads to her legal trouble. Her protective of her family often puts her on the line for her family, and she has been arrested by the police multiple times, or more times than that. She drives her car illegally, including having no license for 38 years. Her tendency to create violence causes traumatic and chaotic and comedic situations rather than solving the problems calmly like most people do. But overall, Madea is a tough comedic character that Tyler Perry has ever created with tough love to teach lessons, and she would do whatever it takes to defend her community and her family.
I guess nobody told you that I'm Madea. Mud to the damn D-E-A. You understand that?
Big Momma, real name Malcolm Turner, is the main protagonist of the Big Momma's House franchise. Malcolm is the FBI agent that is known for being their top secret agent and the master of disguise. His partner named John works with him, and they were sent into Centerville, Georgia, to stack out the grandmother of Sherry Priest. After when the real Big Momma leaves town for a couple of weeks while Sherry is suspected of giving the key to the bank vault to her criminal boyfriend, Malcolm disguises himself as Big Momma. Along the way, he becomes attracted to Sherry, builds a relationship with Sherry's son Trent, and defeated Lester, who was the villain from the first movie. So after that, Malcolm actually marries Sherry. They both had a kid together, and he continues his FBI job to track down criminals while disguising himself as Big Momma throughout the two sequels. But now it's time to talk about his powers and abilities. Now, Big Momma has hand-to-hand combat skills, as he/she is capable of fighting criminals, and is also capable of battling Nolan, who was played by Anthony Erison, who was in movies like the first Michael Bay Transformers movie, Kangaroo Jack, Scream 4, and many other movies and shows that he's been in. Now, Big Momma is also really skilled at basketball, and he actually was capable of helping Trent to defeat the two bullies at the park. Now, Big Momma also has hearing senses, as he can hear someone move from inside the house despite not being past the gate. And she's also incredibly fast, as she is fast enough to chase criminals, specifically at the guy in the beach in Big Momma's House 2. And despite her size, Big Momma has gymnastic skills, as she helped a little girl named Carrie to practice her routine and performs. And she's also quite durable, because thanks to her Big Momma suit, Big Momma is durable, as she has taken punches from Lester, survived falling through the table at the beach, and she's even tough enough to jump through the glass window when she forgot her keys. So when she threw herself technically when she actually jumps through the glass window in the first Big Momma's House movie, and she comes right back up, and then she is actually perfectly fine. No scratches or anything else. Now, in terms of weapons, Malcolm Turner actually does have a list of weapons while he's in disguise, as he/she has a Signature PP226 and the Glock 1917 pistols, just like Madea. And alongside, she also has other weapons like the mace as well as the blade. And she also uses a Segway at the beach, where she uses it to actually chase after the criminal in the beach in Big Momma's House 2. Now, as for intelligence, Malcolm is very gifted with his intelligence, as he has called off disguises tricking people with the help of his partner John, and he was able to create the Big Momma suit made of plaster of Big Momma's face just by looking at her outfits and her pictures, and even learned to mimic her voice, which is very impressive. Now, Big Momma is very impressive with her feats, as Big Momma has helped Trent to defeat 2 bullies in the park by playing basketball, took beatings and punches from Lester and defeated him in hand-to-hand combat, survived falling through the table, defeated Nolan, beaten 2 men at once, survived jumping up through the glass window, and basically won Sherry's heart and became her husband at the end of Big Momma's House 1. But Malcolm isn't perfect without his weaknesses, because Malcolm is actually still human despite wearing the Big Momma outfit, and the disguise can actually fall off when her wig actually slides off, while her wig can actually fall off his head and can be dispose of it, and when she slides on the table, and when he chases a suspect at the beach, and there were times where Big Momma can be pretty clumsy from time to time. But overall, Big Momma / Malcolm Turner is a scale FBI agent in disguise with weapon skills, combat, intelligence, as well as durability. Okay everyone, now it's time for me to talk about who would win in this hilarious fight. While this one is actually one of the most anticipated crossovers that everyone has been waiting to see, these two actually had never met each other, but there was like fan-made trailers, and there was also an AI video on YouTube, and you can also watch it on TikTok, where Madea and Big Momma actually did fight each other, which is actually hilarious. Now, in terms of who do I think is going to win in this comedic fight between Tyler Perry and Martha Lawrence, this is actually going to be very close, because both of these characters are very impressive with their weapons, and both of them are very skilled. Despite that they might be old ladies, but they're technically are very active, and they're actually are very very impressive with their own feats. So if the battle takes place in Medea's house, then it would be really funny. And of course, it can also either take place either at Medea's house or even in Big Momma's house, obviously. So in terms of who do I think is going to win in the fight, I think I'm going to have to give this slight edge to Madea, and I'm going to explain why. For starters, Madea is actually very aggressive when she comes to fighting, and she also has her whole list of arsenal, and she also has really quite impressive durability feats. Now, as for Big Momma, she's actually a very skilled hand-to-hand combatant, and she has known for taking down criminals, and she also has her own list of weapons, but her weapons is definitely not as big or as as active as Madea, because when Madea fights, she gets pretty aggressive. So when it comes to aggressiveness, that one definitely goes to Madea, whereas Big Momma, while she is impressive with her fighting skills, is definitely not on the same aggressive line as Madea is. Now, the thing I want to show you guys is that here are the stuff that Madea has. Now, with her fighting styles and Big Momma's fighting style is actually very different. So let's start with Medea's fighting style. Obviously, her with Madea is that she has unhinged and is basically highly aggressive, and it says that it has been known to outrun the police and basically break out the chainsaw and basically carry the handgun in her purse throughout the whole time, whereas Big Momma actually uses her undercover disguise and the FBI technical skills, as he is expectedly fast on feet and knows how to disarm any armed suspects. So basically, if Big Momma is able to track down Madea as the criminal to basically track down and arrest, that probably is not going to help, and it's probably not going to work against Madea, because Madea has experienced FBI and cops before, and usually she's not afraid. Whatever people call the police on Madea, Madea would definitely be like, I ain't scared no popo, call the popo. And then basically Madea is not really afraid of the police at all, because she has experiencing all these activities throughout the Madea series. So if Madea actually encounters someone like Big Momma, then these two will look at each other, and they think that one of them is got to be some type of joke. That one of them think that, oh, wait a minute, are they too old to be that active? Or is one actually too old to be an FBI agent? But And then these two would actually will get into like a very hilarious comedic fight. And then they're probably going to use their skills and their combat skills, and they're probably going to use their weapons against each other. Now, as for special abilities, now let's look at Madea. So for Medea's special abilities is that she's basically capable of immense physical feats, like knocking a person across the entire room with a single punch and driving directly through traffic barriers, which that is very hilarious and impressive for Madea. I guess if you guys remember like how Madea was able to drive through the traffic barriers, that is really insane. Now for Big Momma, she can actually absorb the massive amount of physical punishment, leaping and rolling in to avoid danger. So it can actually be extremely dangerous for Big Momma to handle when she actually fights someone like Madea. Now the other reasons why that I think Madea would win against Big Momma is because she definitely does have 3 advantages over her. And that is, first one is raw power. Now, Madea is actually notorious for her superhuman strength, and she has known for she is strong enough to flip cars, jump from extreme heights on sketch, and is physically manhandle fully grown men by herself. And she also has the Peacemaker, as she does not back down from the fight. So basically, whoever tries to fight Madea, she actually is no stranger into fighting back, because she may have her grandmotherly appearance, but she is definitely she's definitely far from those grandmother and grandfather standards, because Madea is definitely tough and you do not want to mess with her. And of course, when it really comes to weapons, that one definitely goes to Madea. Now, as for Big Momma, she really does have her street smart, since Malcolm Turner is an FBI agent in disguise, and he does have technical training and is very skilled at martial arts, and he really does investigate instincts, and he also has the agility. Like when you've seen in Big Momma's house too, she's actually very agile when he was using those domestic skills. Despite the oversized suit, Big Momma is surprisingly agile and pretty quick. So with all that being said, while I do think that Big Momma might have the street smarts and the agility advantage, everything else, I do think I'm going to say that Madea is obviously coming out on top. Now, this can actually go either way, because of I could see this fight take place either at Medea's house or even in Big Momma's house. And these two would have one of the most comedic matches ever. So I do think this actually would be one of the most hilarious matchups in Characters Face Off history. So, but also all that being said, I do think that while this actually might be funny, I do think that Madea is definitely going to take Big Momma down. And she is definitely no stranger when it comes to her weaponry, her experience, as well as combat, as well as her no-nonsense attitude and aggressiveness. So, looks like Malcolm Turner has become an FBI agent and is definitely no match for Madea. Mud to the dam, DEA. The winner is Madea. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys really enjoy my channel, please subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on the notifications when I make new videos. And stay tuned for the next video that I'm going to be reviewing the anime Cowboy Bebop. And be sure to check out for more upcoming videos, and I'm also going to be recording, because it's one of those other videos where I actually haven't really been doing for a long while. So stay tuned for those. So other than that, I want to hear from you guys. What did you guys think of Madea versus Big Momma? Did you guys agree or disagree? Would you like to see a crossover between Madea and Big Momma? Let me know in the comments below. And who do you guys think would win? Do you think Big Momma has a chance to defeat Madea, or do you guys agree that Madea would win? So let me know. So other than that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and check out this preview for the next episode of Characters Face Off, which I'm going to be working on very soon. And yeah, so with all that being said, guys, hope you guys had a great day. Take good care of yourselves. This is James Hernandez signing out.
I'm just an old-fashioned cowboy.
You're about to hunt.
Yeah, that's right.
Is money your god?
It's power, something a lot more useful.